If you're thinking of going out to a restaurant for Valentine's Day, well, don't, because today I'm going to make the most incredible slow-cooked, fall-apart beef ragu, served with the pappardelle pasta that we're going to make with a bit of a cheat. And the best part about this ragu, it feels like you're sitting in an Italian restaurant and having the most incredible pasta, but it's made by you. And your loved one is going to fall in love with you for sure, or fall more in love with you for sure. And for dessert, we're going to make a fire roasted wine grapes with spice nuts and a lovely vanilla ice cream. So let's get it going. We've got some beautiful chuck meat here. And why chuck? Because it's got lots of connective tissue, it's got a lot of fat in, and it's got on the bone. So all of this is going to release an incredible flavor, and it's going to cook down into this amazing piece of meat that you can take and shred and mix in that lovely tomatoey red wine sauce. This is the best meat to use for this type of ragu. Okay, here we've got about 800 grams of beef chuck. We are going to salt it, pepper it. All right, let's sear them off. Let's get that nice caramelly taste on. Once it's ready, we're going to take it off. That's what you want to hear. That sizzle. You don't want to steam the meat, right? It turns grey, turns boring, it doesn't give you that flavor. You need that sizzle, you need that sear. It adds the depth of flavor. That lovely chuck. Ah yes, wait a minute. Look at that. See how nice and browned it is over there? That's flavor. You want that. All right, let's get it turned over. Oh, look at that. Bit of salt. But this is a tough meat. It looks delicious now, but it's a tough meat. It has to cook down. I mean, this is a labor of love for Valentine's Day. But start early, right? This takes 2 hours to become tender, soft, and just fall apart. So either 2 hours before Valentine's, before you make the whole delicious dinner, or the day before, or even a weekend before. Because it's a ragu. You can freeze it, you can save it for the next day. It's really versatile. Okay, let's get that side nicely seared. We've seared off the other side very nicely. Let's give you a preview. Fantastic. All right, let's take them off. Now you can see all the lovely gnarly bits, all the toasted bits, and the beef fat. That is going to make an incredible, incredible sauce and adds depth and flavors to your dish. Now it's time to get going on making the sofrito. And what is sofrito? It's a combination of carrots, celery, and onion. So I'm saving time today. Already chopped carrots. So half a pack of that, which is about a cup. So half of the amount of celery compared to the carrots, and a whole onion. Let's get this onion chopped up. So the sofrito, it's like the holy trinity of Italian flavors, and it gives such an in-depth flavor to your sauces and to your ragus. It just cannot be left out of any Italian dish or any ragu that you're busy making. All right, so those are chopped up. Let's get the celery just roughly chopped up, because we are going to chuck them in a processor to get it nice and fine. Nice. You must let this go for around about 10 minutes. So the veggies are coming along nicely. Here we've got a beautiful bottle of Durbanville Hills Merlot. Merlot is a soft wine, very mellow, perfect for this dish. It has got amazing flavor notes. Some of it has got some chocolate in, ripe blackberries. It's going to be incredible with this. And it says here, perfect for stews and hearty dishes like casseroles. Good choice. Merlot. So we are going to put in a cup of Merlot, or a wine glass. Oh, it's going to add a beautiful red richness color to our dish. Okay, let's get that in. Look at it glistening. Look at that color. Flippin' fantastic. Right, let's just reduce that alcohol and then we'll get started with the rest of the ingredients. The sofrito and the wine is reducing nicely. Let's get those layered flavors in. Let's get some rosemary. Now you can take your time picking these off and putting them in, but we don't waste time. We just chuck them in, right? Our bay leaves. So we add just a bunch. I've got about 4 bay leaves in there. And now we are going to make a thicker sauce, right? We don't want a thin sauce, so we want to add a lovely gravy to this. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of flour. Right, let's do that in so that it incorporates nicely. And you see it's like almost a paste. And this paste is going to be turned into the most incredible sauce. So we are going to take our beef stock. I have a liter of beef stock over here. And we're going to just add a little in, mix it in there. All right, lovely. Let's add the rest in. And now we take our passata. Passata is like tomatoes that have got their skins removed, made into a pulpy paste, and mixed with herbs, and gives this delicious tomatoey Italian smell and color to the dish. Let's add that whole bottle of passata. Look how that color has started changing now, from a brown goldeny color to a deep red color. Now it's the time to add that meat. Let's get it in. Yeah, baby. Lovely. Fantastic. Oh man, that sauces the dripping juices in there as well. All right, that is it. Beautifully prepared sauce, stunning seared meat. That flavors, that combination. See what we did? We built up those flavors. We built up that combination. We're going to get that lid on. So for now, let him go a little bit. So we're going to get started on the 2 components of our lovely dessert. And it's so quick and easy to make. And the first thing we're going to get done is these lovely mixed nuts. So let's take them. Take some out there. Let's just give them a bit of a chop up. Let's get them transferred into this little guy. So let's add a bit of salt, because these are raw nuts and I like a touch of salt with the nuts. There we go, look at that, nicely toasted. Watch out to not burn anything. Let's get those spices in there. Here we've got some ginger, not too much, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Then we've got cinnamon, and cinnamon is a lovely rich spice, delicious flavors, and that is going to be incredible. Oh, let's just fix this. We've got a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Cardamom is an incredible flavor, and it's going to be something so different. So we add about a 1/4 teaspoon of that. So we don't need the heat on anymore. Let's turn the heat off. Let's get that guy back on there. And we add a 1.5 tablespoons of lovely honey. Ooh, that's going to be delicious. Okay, just get that all incorporated in there, boiled up. It's going to make a lovely, sticky, delicious, nutty flavor bomb to go on top of your ice cream. And that's it. The residual heat should caramelize the honey and the nuts nicely. So there we go. Let's leave that to go. And now we can use our other pan to get our grapes toasted and grilled with some amazing dessert wine. So I think the important thing is you have to give it a taste. It's a dessert wine. The grapes, it tastes like raisins. That is going to go smashingly all these grapes. Let's chuck these grapes in. A tross of grapes, a bunch of grapes. You can put them in like that. And I think one more. Here we go. You just want a little bit of color on the grapes at this moment. You see there? See a little bit of color? Right. Just flip them. There we go. And now you're going to add a half a cup of your lovely dessert wine. Oh, it's a lovely sauna facial that I'm getting there. All right. So let them boil in that liquid. It's going to envelop those flavors, that stickiness, that muscadelle. Is just going to make that incredible sweetness around that grape. And then we do that for around about 10 minutes. Take it off the flames, let it rest so everything is nice and cool. And then we're going to get everything together. Oh, that is looking amazing. The sauce is thickening up. You can see those thicker bubbles. You know, it is simmering and sizzling. It's looking fantastic. All right, well, that gives us enough time to make the cheat. So this is our cheat for the pappardelle. We're going to use lasagna sheets. Now look, you could make your own pappardelle, or you could use this method. Now, they're a little bit hard, so if you break them, they're going to crack. So we're going to put them in some boiling water from the kettle. Just chuck them in there like that, and pour some boiling water on. This is just to soften them enough so that we can slice them in strips and make that lovely thick pappardelle strips. And you know, the reason why we chose pappardelle is because it's got a broader surface area for that lovely sauce to cover it and smother it. And when you take it, it's this beautiful, luxurious piece of pasta that you're going to put into your mouth. The lasagna sheets are actually quite thin. Yeah, it all depends on the type of pasta that you get. So we've only soaked this for 3 minutes. So let's strain the water. And this is your pasta water, right? We want to reserve it. We're going to boil the pasta sheets in here anyway, so put it in there. Let's get these lasagna sheets out. Bring that up to a boil. But don't forget, you always need your salt. Add some lovely salt to your pasta water. They say you should add like truckloads of salt. It must taste like seawater. I think that's enough. All right, let's give these guys a cut. All right, just like that. Let's cut these in 4. That is a beautiful size. Now that we've got our pappardelle all slivered and cut up, look at that. Perfect, perfect, lovely size. Let's get that transferred into there. Moved across. Get another board because it's time to start shredding that meat. Ah, yes. The sauce has thickened up just lovely. So let's start shredding up that meat. First of all, look at that. Look at that beautiful, soft, tender meat. Let's start shredding it apart. There, it just comes apart. It is so, so tender. Look at that. Comes directly off the bone. See, look at there, just the bone left. Oh, that's a nice snack piece. So look at this incredible pot of loveliness. I mean, once you start dishing that ragu onto the pasta, can you imagine your loved one tasting this for the first time and just looking at you and going, "Did you make this?" And you're like, "Yes, it was me." Better than restaurant food, I'm telling you. All right, that is all shredded. Let's get that pasta dropped and let's start incorporating everything together. All right, so we're ready to boil our pasta, but it must be al dente, right? You must be super careful because we've already parboiled these. So they do, look at that, it's even bendable. So this is not going to go long, 2 minutes like max. We put a little bit of olive oil in there so it doesn't stick together. Let's get these guys transferred. All right, our pasta is lovely and al dente. Get this strained. Always reserve your pasta water in case you need to thicken up your sauce. Then you've got your pasta water, which even makes it creamier. We're going to dish it up for 2 people. Let's say that's 1. Here we go, 2. Look at this. I mean, that is wicked. It's just meaty, delicious goldenness. I mean, this is a ragu. So let's get it in there. Let's mix it in. Let's take that. Let's take some pasta water. Mix that in there as well. Right, we're going to make it a saucy mixture. Okay, let's just flip it in there. Incorporate it in. Right. Let's add some more ragu. Let's get that onto our plate. Get it twirled on. Yeah, twirl it as you put it down. Let's get some more down there. Get it on, twirl it in. Let's take some of this ragu that we've got in here. Put it on top. Magnificent. And of course, you can't forget your Parmigiano Reggiano. Grated on there. However much you like. I like a lot. Here we go. Look at that. The pasta is coated in that amazing sauce. Oh, it's going to be incredible. Let's get it in. Wow. This is a really Italiano dish. It is marvelous. It is fantastic. It is so juicy, so tender, fall apart. Juiciness in your mouth. It is magnificent. I mean, look at this amazingness. The pasta is incredible. The richness, the depth of flavor into this dish is magnificent. Your Valentines, your darling, your wife, your girlfriend, your Valentines is going to just love this dish. Bellissima. Okay. So, let me save this guy for just now. Hang on while we show this incredible dessert. How about this? We've made these amazing grapes with its syrup. We made the nuts with its spice. I'm not going to make vanilla ice cream. I mean, I don't have an ice cream machine and it takes ages to make actual ice cream. So, ice cream. You can have it's a little bit neater, right? But, I mean, come on. We got it out there. So, let's take our grapes. Look how juicy they are. And here we have our amazing muscadelle syrup. Plonk it on there. Get it all in there. And our lovely spicy nuts. Look how crunchy they are. Just put it on top like that. There we go. Fantastic. And there you have the most amazing